it's like a 3 or 4 lesson deal on week 2s. I mean, it's amazing how elaborate that system is. So, who knows what the purpose is of opening a week 2 or a preempt? So a week 2, you have how many? 6. A preempt, you have how many?
7 or 8.
7 or more, right? That's called a preempt. A week 2 is, you open it at the 2 level, you have 6. Okay. So what's the purpose? To mess up the opponents, to get in the way, and so if we say that all these are correct, is to take away valuable, bidding space from the opponents. That's why we get in there and mess it up. Our purpose is, I have a weak hand. Therefore, these 3 guys have a stronger hand than me. So I'm going to mess him up, and in the process, perhaps mess my partner up. But when we lay down some good guidelines, we have far less chance of messing up our partner. We're only going to mess them up. So the purpose is to mess them up by taking away valuable bidding space. We all know what it's like. Somebody's in first chair, they open 2 spades, there you are with 15 points. What are you going to do? How is it going to work? And you sit there and you think and you don't know what to do. And so that is its purpose. It fulfills its purpose. They may have gamed, they may have slammed. You are hopefully preventing them from getting there. That's the purpose in it. So it's to take up space from your opponents. Okay? The second thing, this is something that most of us have not thought about. The second purpose in it is to tell our partner exactly what we have. In one bid, we're saying probably, not definitely, but probably, this is the only suit I can play in. If you can play in this one, we're good. If not, you need to pass. You don't need to be changing things around. This is probably all we've got. So it tells your partner right off the bat. It describes your hand to your partner. Because how many do you need to have the golden amount of trumps? 8. So you've got 6 of them already. So your partner just needs 2, right? We're talking about opening week 2s. Okay. So this one is every bit as important as the other one. It's not just to get in the way. Your partner needs to know what you have. So, and that's an important part of it too. Now there are important factors in opening a week 2 or a preempt for your hand to look like and for your suit to be. So, first of all, this is different than we see sometimes. Your suit usually must, this is the most important part of it, be good. Good is not what some people think is good. Good is not, a perfect scenario would be, you've got ace, king, jack, 6. But that's rare. So that's a perfect one. It doesn't have to be perfect. You do not need necessarily 2 of the top 4 or 3 of the top 5. But most of the time, it doesn't need to be a jack high. It doesn't need to be trash. But we're going to go through that again. Okay. So the important factors are your suit must be good, and you are only allowed 1 flaw. Anybody ever heard of that? No. 1 flaw in your hand. 1 flaw in your hand. To open it in this manner, you can't just have a bunch of flaws in your hand. So here are the flaws. The worst flaw that you can have is a bad suit. Jack high, 10 high. especially if they're vulnerable. So that's the worst flaw you can have by opening it. So the next one is you don't want to open it if you have a two-suited hand. That means 6 plus and 5 plus, two-suited hand. Does that mean you can never open a bad suit? No. Does that mean you can never have a two-suited hand? No. You're allowed one flaw. One flaw. Okay. Third, you can't, no outside ace or king. You can't, your hand becomes too strong. If you're going to open a weak two and you're counting on the points in another suit to carry you, that's not the structure of your hand. That can't be what it looks like. It can be what it looks like if that's the only flaw you have. You're allowed one flaw. Okay, the fourth one. You can't have an outside good, which is the key, 4-card major. You can have a poor outside 4-card major. What is a good 4-card major? Ace, king, 4th. Ace, queen, 4th. King, queen, 4th. What is a bad one? Even as good as queen, 4th. That's bad. Because your partner may or may not have that suit, and now you've got, maybe you could end up, depending on the situation, depending on the distribution of cards, you have 4 losers in that suit. So one of the things we look at is how many tricks can I do here? How many tricks can I take? Am I in danger when I open this up? Because a lot of times we just open this trash and we're in danger. And some of you mentioned before we got started that you keep seeing the people opening up at week 2, with a really bad hand. Okay, so yes.
Like Susie, if you have the outside ace of king good suit, does that count as one flaw or 2 flaws?
If you have an outside ace and king,
in that card, that 4-card major, is that considered 2
Yes.
flaws or 1?
1 flaw, 2 flaw, 3 flaws, 4 flaws. You can't have but 1 flaw.
Okay. But
So if you have an outside 4-card major, you can't have another flaw.
okay. But I'm talking about like,
If you have an outside good,
but if that outside good major has an ace or a king, does that count as 1 flaw or 2 flaws?
if your outside 4-card major has an ace or a king, that's 1 flaw.
Okay.
Does that make, you're with, I'm with you? Okay. Okay. So the order of suit soundness. So the more vulnerable you are, the more sound your suit should be. Does that make sense to everybody?
So Sylvia, if you're vulnerable, it's not as bad as vulnerable. It's not as bad as vulnerable. You get vulnerable.
Hey, if you're vulnerable, we'll get there. We're going to get there.
You said the more vulnerable you are, so like.
Okay, are you messing with me?
Yes. I'm not messing with you, I have a question. So
Okay.
sometimes the flaw in my week 2 bid is if I don't have a singleton somewhere. Because I found that really makes a difference in whether your play will be good or not.
Well, it definitely makes the play better, but it's not necessarily a flaw.
Okay.
Right. It may make it stronger, but it doesn't make it weaker if you don't have it.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense to everybody?
So with your system, if you had a board, you can still get a week 2. Because some people say if you have a board, then you can't bet a week 2, which to me is...
There are a lot of things in bridge where you all have heard that joke, that whole joke about the daughter that always, when she baked a ham, she cut the ends off of the ham and threw it away. And they said, why do you do that? If only somebody said, why do you cut the ends off? I said, it seems like they're perfectly good. He said, well, it doesn't fit in the pot. So this is my mother's pot, and that's how she did it. And a lot of things in bridge are just it's like that. You can hear stuff for anything, everything, but a lot of it is not good advice. So, yeah, be careful who you listen to. In bridge, just like in life, right? So, okay, so the more vulnerable you are,
The sound of your suit.
the more sound your suit should be, right? Okay, so I tried to come up with an acronym or whatever, the quick brown fox jumped over the fence type thing that we could remember this by, and I sort of failed, but I just pulled something out of the sky that we're going to use for tonight. I'll try to think of something better. But this has to do with red and white. Everybody know what I mean when I say red and white? You're red, you're vulnerable. White, you're not vulnerable. So the order of how sound your suit should be begins with this. So I'm going to write this silly thing that I came up with over here. It's Ron wrote railroads with white wooden rulers. Now, how do you write with a ruler? I don't know. I haven't figured that part out. Okay, but anyway, that's all I could come up with. So now I want you guys who like puzzles, I want you to quit thinking what would be better and let's get back to this, okay? Because if I were you, I'd be going like, okay, what else could I come up with? So red, white, 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 red. So this is our order of suit soundness. So to be, you are red and the opponent is white. Your suit must be the most sound of all. And what does that sound suit look like? It can look as bad as king, queen, 10. 10s and 9s are very important in week 2 and preempt bids. Very different than this hand. Right, this hand will take one trick because the king's going to be gobbled by the ace, right? That's a risky, risky hand. So when you're red, it's got to be at least that good. Or another example would be Queen Jack 10. Now, this one will probably have 2 losers if your partner doesn't have the ace or the king. If they do, you've got 1 loser. So even though that's 3 points, that's a pretty sound suit. So it doesn't have to be 2 of the top 4. It doesn't have to be 3 of the top 5. But it does have to be this sound if you're red and white. The next one, you're red and they're red. It has to be almost exactly that sound. The next one, if you're white and they're white, then it's less sound. And then you're white, you're red, you have the freedom to open trash. Right? So those of us who like to just open trash, Bill,
Yep.
then
I never do that.
no, Bill never does that. So this one you have a lot more liberties. Now we're going to add another level to this. We're going to add in the order of the seat position that you're in. We're adding this whole other part to this. So what we want to do here, the strength of your hand is what we're talking about. The order of suit soundness. The order of suit soundness in what position? So this is a part of that, right? We're still talking about that. Okay, so when you are in 4th seat, your preempt or your week 2 should be the strongest. Anybody have a clue why that would be? Anybody see into that anything in bridge theory?
We're not going to go down. You've already, you're not preempting anybody because everybody's already bid fast.
Yeah, nobody's going to bid for king.
Because if you're going to just throw the hand in, why bother,
Yeah.
right? The rule of 15 doesn't really apply here. This is a different thing. It doesn't have to be spades. You don't have to be spades, have space to do it. You're opening at 2 and last seat. Your objective is different. Your objective is not to get in the way. How are you going to get in the way of? Your objective is not to tell your partner exactly what your hand looks like. The purposes here are not the same, right? Your objective is to make a bid and make the bid.
Odds are our opponents have balanced power, they have majority of points.
Right. Odds are
But
that
not enough for games, right, but not enough for games, so.
odds are that it's about 10 points around, all the way around.
You don't want to open
That's
and
what
get
it is.
them two bid, that's gonna make one
Right.
here.
And especially if you open 2 of a major. Now they've got 10 points. What are they going to do? Right? They're going to bid at 3. So with a 5-card suit that they didn't open to start with. So the point of opening a 4th seat is to make a bid that you're going to make. Going to make that contract. That's the point in it. So your hand must be the most sandable. It needs to be an opening hand or right at it. And just go ahead with 6 of them. Just go ahead and open it at 2. And make the bid. And you're done. You may have some people that duplicate or this table and that table and this table, and they may not open it. They may throw it in because it doesn't fit the rule of 15. Right? And so what do you get? You get a good board. You make a bid, you make it. So this is an important thing. Okay, the next one, second seat, is the next most important soundness for your suit. Why is that? When you preempt in first seat, you're preempting how many people? 3. This one is the dealer. They pass. You're in second seat. How many people are you preempting now? 2. You're preempting your opponent and your partner. One opponent and one partner. So we know this guy doesn't have the points to open. We know that we're weak. We don't have an opening hand, right? So where are the points? They're here and they're there. So we want to tell our partner what we have. Our partner is an unpassed hand. We want our partner to know what we have, the suit we need to be playing in, and our suit needs to be sound. There's one of the reasons that our suit needs to be more sound. This guy hasn't bid. This one passed. This one's on the wrong side of us. We've got a suit with all kinds of holes in it. We've got a king, jack, 8, 6 times. They're over here with an ace, queen, 10, 4 times. And they just eat your lunch. They haven't opened. So they've got points or they've got points. The chances are. So it's riskier. So our suit needs to be more sound in this suit.
Would you open second seat if you have a 4-card major?
Yes, you have one flaw.
One flaw.
You can have one flaw. All the time. You can have one flaw in your hand. Okay, the next one is first seat. Is the third most sound. Because you're preempting 3 people, so you're getting in everybody's way. It needs to be sound, but it doesn't need to be as solidly sound as second seat. And certainly not as much as fourth seat. Hey, Jenna. The last one is third seat. Your partner's a passed hand. Okay, I'm here, so because my partner passes, they pass, I'm going to open the week 2 or the 3, whatever. I'm going to preempt in third seat. So my partner's a passed hand. My partner doesn't have anything. Here's what the chances are. Now, it could be 10-10-10 all the way around, I know. But it probably is not. It probably is that my partner doesn't have much. They don't have much. I don't have much. They're loaded. How sweet is it that you open up at 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 2 spades. They've got this 20-point hand over here, and they're like, okay, open 2 clubs. I was gonna open 2 no trump. I'm short in their seat. I was gonna open 1 no trump. I'm short in their seat. I can't bid 1 no trump and just mess them up. So this seat, this third seat, is the most lenient of all. Your suit can be uglier. So the trashiest bid of all can be made when you're white, you're red, and you're in third seat. Okay? Everybody with me? Anybody have questions so far? Janet?
What about preempting third seat with 5 hundredths major?
I'm really not going to cover that
Okay.
today. I think that can be a good thing sometimes, but I'm going to try to get through this in like a minute. So, and just to finish it up, so I'm just going to, so we combine the position and the vulnerability. We combine the vulnerability and the position to the quality of our suit. Okay, so now I'm just going to read you guys some things real quick, some thoughts that I had. So when my partner's an unpassed hand, I want him to know the quality of my suit. And so I want him to know he can count on me for the quality in my suit, that he knows what he can do, that he is now in control. He knows by agreement what my suit is going to look like and what he can count on. They don't know, right? So that he can place the contract, or he can pass with a strong hand if he has a misfit. Let's say I open 2 spades, he's got 1 spade, or he's got no spades. He's got 12 points, 15 points, 16 points. We have a misfit, don't we? No point trying to go to 3 no trump. No point doing anything else. 2 apples, double. Quick pass. Right in tempo pass. Not letting on at all that he's got a strong hand. They've got to bid. I pass. Everybody's in trouble now except me and my partner, and we're in a good position. Because I might have 8 points or 7 points and he has 15 points maybe, and they don't have a chance. But if you sit there and you think about it, you know, but if you don't have a fit, just pass. Unless you have a 20-point hand or something like that. Now you've got tricks. But the less points you have, the more trumps you need. Right? You've got to have a fit. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm just talk about real briefly opening 1 rather than preempting. So you need to be aware of your suit quality and your distribution when you do this. This is something Bill and I do. We might have 10 points and we open it at 1 instead of 2. And then we can get to our games more easily if we don't have a fit because he hasn't preempted me with 10 points. So we might be able to get to 2 no trump or 3 no trump or another suit if I don't know that that's kind of what he has. So in other words, here's some examples. Okay, so Ron rode railroads with white rulers. All right, so if so let's say that your hand is like this, that you have spades and hearts and diamonds and clubs. So you have 10 points. You have 6 hearts. You have 4 clubs. Who cares about clubs? You know, that's not going to go anywhere, right? So with this 10-point hand, you open it at 2. You've got no support for your partner. You don't want to be in clubs. You want to be in hearts. 2 hearts is better than 3 clubs, right? But with this hand, okay, your spades are king, X, X, X. Your hearts are ace, jack, X, 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 X. I've got too many cards here. diamonds plus. This one I'm gonna open at one. Because now my partner might bid over my one heart. He might bid one spade. He might rebid his spades, because when one has 6, just about everybody's got some weird distribution, right? So I bid a heart, he might bid a spade. He might bid 2 diamonds. Now we have a 5th there,
Okay, so-
instead of in the heart.
Quick question, so you do that in first seed, not
All 6.
third, all seeds, and your convention card indicates that you would not like.
In all
Your
seeds.
agreement.
It's just using your discretion whether or not you got good rebids
Right.
and things, so that's
And
part of it.
evaluation.
Yeah, right. We need to get played, so,
I have one quick question on the 4th seat